Hey Tigers, welcome back to WCSN. I'm Isaac.
And I'm Layla. With the Super Bowl coming up, let's go to Margot to learn a little bit more about the math side of the academic Super Bowl.
Academic Super Bowl is a competition that covers a lot of different academic areas, and each of those academic areas has a separate team that competes answering questions about those different subject areas.
I chose to be part of the math subject because math has just been my favorite subject for a really long time. So I joined sophomore year and I've been doing it every year ever since. I definitely was shocked my sophomore year because it was very challenging, and so I had to adjust to that, and so yeah, it's been a really big challenge, but I've learned a lot of extra stuff I wouldn't usually learn like in high school math. So yeah, glad I joined.
Well, our goals is to learn and have fun together, learning new ideas, even for the coaches, Mr. Weeb and myself for math. We have to learn new things as well. A lot of the teams have already formed, but we're just beginning to practice. So if you have an interest in the areas that we compete, you'd want to reach out to the coach of those teams and see when they're practicing. We are meeting on Tuesdays after school from about 3:15 to 4:15. But if you have an interest, stop by my room, B209, or Mr. Weeb's room, B211, and we can get you connected and send you emails with information regarding our practices and when our competitions are.
Thanks, Margot.
And now for your sports news. Tomorrow, February 3rd, our varsity girls swim and dive team will be hosting sectionals at home, and our varsity wrestling team will be going to Penn High School for regionals.
More with your sports news. This Saturday, there will be a varsity gymnastics invite meet at Lakeland High School. And if you're a fan of our basketball teams here at WCHS, come watch our freshman, JV, and varsity boys basketball all playing tomorrow afternoon at Chesterton Senior High School.
Next up, let's learn a little bit more about our teachers here at WCHS with this teacher feature.
My name is Emily Campbell. I teach in the Family and Consumer Science Department, but the classes I mostly teach are nutrition and wellness and preparing for college and careers. Yeah, so really in all of my classes and all of the classes in the Family and Consumer Science Department, I really want kids to walk away with practical life skills. Skills that will help them now as teenagers, skills that will help them post-secondary, but also things that they can just take with them in their regular day-to-day lives. Again, the life skills piece. So like these are things that you will use throughout the rest of your life. It's not one of those classes where kids are like, well, why is this important? Because we live and breathe the importance of it every day. So being able to work on a team, being able to communicate, being able to take a recipe, follow it, and get an outcome. These are just things that are so important for life. My favorite thing to do outside of school is I like to travel. I have gone to nearly all 50 states, so it is my goal, hopefully, before I turn a certain age to hit all 50 states. My favorite moment of this school year is I have a really kind of unique gig or job this year. So in the morning I teach and I love it. Teaching is my passion. But in the afternoon I get to take my knowledge and my skills and my passion and I get to work more individually with students and help change the trajectory of their high school career and goal set and plan for all these amazing opportunities in and outside of high school. So that's been the most exciting thing is I've met so many cool kids and changed a lot of lives, and they've changed my life.
It's always nice to get to know our teachers a little bit more. After all, they're human too.
I couldn't have said it better myself. If you're a fan of ramen, you might want to do a little bit more research on the upcoming ramen lunch with Grace to learn more about the opportunities available to you after high school. If you want to take advantage of this opportunity, head down to the main office or senior office to register.
Next, let's learn more about the ongoing season of winter percussion.
What drew me in is I did winter percussion last year, and I just had a great time with it, and it was just fun. It was like, I tried it out, and then next thing you know, I just found out I enjoyed it, and then so I did it again this year. It's mainly just like, you tune in like with the music. You just like vibe with the whole group, because like you enter this like little state where it's just like, just you guys and the music you're playing, and then you just vibe to it. Like, got people bobbing their heads up and down, they're like just grooving.
So with Percussion Ensemble, all of our players are percussionists. Basically, we're striking something to make the sound. We also have synthesizer players that are a part of the ensemble, and we use a lot of electronics too. So the show is based off of a tune from the Dixie Dregs called Odyssey, and we've kind of twisted the words on it a little bit. So we're calling the show Odd-I-C instead of Odyssey.
So far, from the first movement, the opener that we play, it's very like vibe-like. You just vibe with the piece, because it starts out like a little slow. It's just like dun 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 dun, and you vibe with it, and then it gradually you add in more parts, and it just it builds up on itself, and then you vibe with it. What excites me about going to competition is just the experience in general, because you're performing in front of people, and for some people that's nervous, but you just you get experience from that, and you become a more confident person just in general, because you're oh, I'm used to a bunch of people staring at me, so it's not that hard for me to do grander things with many eyes watching me do it.
Great job, Tigers, and keep up the good work.
Now, let's shine some light on those whose hard work keeps our school in top shape.
Hey Tigers, I came to school this morning and started to wonder, how does our school stay functional and clean? Well, today I'm talking to one of the many unsung heroes of WCHS to learn more. Let's go.
I've been here 4 years next month. I owned dry cleaners in Warsaw, Wolford Cleaners. I was there, I hate to say how long I was there 42 years. Worked with my father for the first 22, owned it for the next 20. I sold it at the end of 2019, right before COVID started, which was a blessing, and came here and started working, and just came here in between. Didn't know what I was going to do, too young to retire. Well, cleaning clothes, cleaning a building, I can do that. And so we came here, and pretty soon I moved up through the ranks from evening shift, head custodian, to day shift, where I am today, and I really love the high school. Actual cleaning of the school takes place on second shift. We do a little bit on the first shift, probably about 3 hours of cleaning early in the morning for the first shift, and after that we're working lunch hours and responding to so-called fires. We're putting out fires around the building, needs of teachers and staff and such. But when the second shift comes in, they're the ones that actually go deep cleaning the building. They go room to room, bathroom to bathroom and such. My favorite part of the job is actually interacting with the staff around the building. I treat them as I ran my business. If I treat them as customers, they're more open to let me know what's wrong, and showing me more grace when we don't get their problem fixed right away. The most important thing students could do would involve around lunch. Let's just pick up after ourselves. If you can see the cafeteria after lunch, you'll see trays left, food on the floor, and just pick up after yourself. Yeah. If I could tell the students something personally, and if it pertains to custodial, I would say just show a little respect to custodians, because we're people too, and we got a job to do, but we also were teenagers once too, and we can relate to a lot of your situations. So we don't interact with students per se, but my advice was just to look at your custodian with a little more respect.
I'm glad we have people willing to take care of WCHS. Truly, Mr. Henderson is one of the most kind and genuine people I've ever met at Warsaw High School. Tigers, make sure to help out by throwing away garbage in the correct bins and being kind to our staff. This has been Sutton with WCSN.
Thank you to all the students and teachers who keep our school clean and functional.
Hey Isaac, do you know what today is?
Yep, it's Groundhog Day. Let's go to Ryan to learn more about it.
Hey Tigers, as you may know, today is Groundhog Day, the rather odd U.S. annual holiday where the Punxsutawney Groundhog, or Punxsutawney Phil, will climb out of his den and will determine if we'll get an early spring or face another 6 weeks of winter. Now, the origins of this popular tradition actually originate with Germany. The Germans had a tradition of marking the holiday of Candlemas, a Catholic holiday which landed on February 2nd as not Groundhog Day, but as Badger Day, where if a badger emerged from its den on a sunny day, it would cast a shadow and hail in 4 more weeks of winter. And at the time of this recording, we don't know if we'll be graced with another early spring or be condemned to 6 more weeks of winter. But it is Indiana, so the hopes of an early spring is a foregone conclusion.
That's all our news for today, Tigers. Thank you for watching.
And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notified for all your school news needs. We'll see you next week.